In 2019, I went to San Antonio, Texas for a regional carillon conference. I was able to play a duet with my friend on a carillon, and I realized, being there, that that carillon was a parking lot, a very small parking lot, more like maybe a drive-through area between the church and the building I was born in, the old Baptist Hospital in San Antonio, Texas. And not only is it possible that the carillon was playing while I was there as a newborn, but the same gentleman who was playing it then is the same man who plays it today. And I got to meet with him and speak with him, and it was a wonderful experience. And it just blows my mind that that might have been my first experience with tower bells. The amazing thing about the sound of the bell, in my limited understanding, is that when a large bell is rung, the molecules of the bell, is most often bronze, travel up and down and up and down. The sound waves travel up and down the bell, and out, of course. And so to our ears, the sound that you end up hearing really isn't a note that's even struck. It's what our mind puts together from all of that. So I find it fascinating. Someone along the way came up with the idea of wires that run from each clapper to a baton that you can strike, similar to setup, sort of like a piano keyboard. So I just think, as with any evolution or renaissance of literature or music, maybe there were enough people with enough resources that could just sort of explore bigger possibilities. I suspect that's how carillons were able to develop. I've always had, for reasons that I'm still trying to figure out, pretty terrible stage fright. I think maybe every musician does. And so to me, it's kind of perfect. You get to play your music and do something that it means so much. It means so much to me to be able to do this, and especially when the music just really touches my very core. I also love having visitors to the tower. Please come. See what's up there. It belongs to all of us. Most people don't know they're hearing a carillon. This is the only true traditional carillon now in the state of Oklahoma. There are lots of bells, but there's no way to traditionally manually play them anymore. It's very, very limited. I hope that it's a source of comfort, a source of inspiration, a source of joy for the people who hear it in this neighborhood. I hope it's a good thing for them. So this is the carillon. This is the instrument that allows one person to play multiple tower bells. Our carillon here at Westminster has 42 bells, one baton for each bell. And as you can see, what I'm doing is striking the batons with my fists, and there's also a pedal board for the feet. And from each baton, a wire runs up the tower to the clapper of the bell. So I'm moving the clappers and not the bell itself. That allows for a lot quicker action. We were given our first keyboard. This is not it. This is the replacement. But we were given our first keyboard and mechanism and 35 bells. It's 3 octaves of bells. And then in 1956, a second kind donor gave us an additional 7 bells to bring us to 3.5 octaves, or 42 bells. This is our largest bell, called the Borden, or largest bell in a bell tower. Ours weighs somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 pounds. And then, as you can see, the other 41 bells are arranged here, and you can see the mechanism that runs to each clapper. And you might notice that the clappers look a lot newer and are a little bit of a different color than the bells. All of this is bronze, but all of the clappers are new. They were all replaced in our renovation. We had significant metal wear, and some of the clappers that were put in 1954 and 56 were the wrong size, so we corrected that. And what we have now is a much richer, fuller sound from each bell. Of course, here in Oklahoma City, April 19th, 1995, I play every year, every April 19th at 9:02. And I start with a toll. I ring the Borden, the biggest bell, 168 times. And then I play a couple of pieces that are appropriate. It's times like that when the carillon is a true instrument of the community. I've dropped a lot of the fear. It's interesting to me. I had some visitors come up a few years ago, and one of them brought a little girl, and she asked me, what happens if you make a mistake? And I said, nothing. I've let go of a lot of that. I let it be more about the musical experience, hopefully the peace, a little bit of joy that comes with it. And for myself, I think sometimes music needs to be about how you move through rather than the perfection of it. I want to say too, if anybody's interested in learning, I would do everything I can to help you learn. It is never ever too late. This is unique, and it is for everyone. My door is always open up there. Even if it's closed, well, tap on it and open it. Come see me up there. Anytime you hear the carillon playing, I'd love to have you come visit. One thing that I really want to do as a part of this ministry is I would love to have people who are kids today in 20, 30, 40, 50 years hear a church bell ring or a carillon and say to whoever they're with, you know, when I was a kid, somebody would ring the bells at our church. It doesn't matter if they remember my name or my face, or I just want people to remember the music.